by building our own preset. Okay, so I'm still in bypass here. Let's turn it on. Okay, I'll turn the effects off just for now while we're building the preset. So let's see. The first thing I'd like is I want to have doubling and two voices of harmony. So I'll turn the doubling on, and that only comes on and off with this button here, with the on and off button. So you can actually turn doubling on, or you can turn it off when you want it. And I'll tell you what, let's choose one of the alternate doubling sounds. This one, alternate one, has a little bit looser sound, but it's still quite mono. This one is stereo and it's quite tight. I like the looser one. Let's try that one. Okay. Press and hold the doubling button to stay with that alternate 3 doubling. Let's pick a harmony. I always like one above the high voice, which is generally a third. Let me just take a minute here to discuss what these voices names mean. High is generally a third above your voice. Low is generally a third or a fourth below your voice, depending on the chord you're playing and the note you're singing. Lower is a sixth below, which is kind of like a third in the octave below. Then there's the bass voice, which follows the bass chord of your guitar, regardless of what you're singing. It's like having a bass singer who's just singing on the root note of your chords, which is really cool. And this, on voice 1, this last one is octave up. And on the top, we missed that one at the beginning. And higher is generally a fifth above your voice. So as I was saying, I'd like to have a high on this voice. And I think I'm going to go for maybe a lower, no, maybe a bass. Why not? Let's have a bass right there. So now it's going to follow the chords of my guitar. I've got a third above my voice. I've got a nice big fat doubling in stereo. Let's pick an effects here, an effect. I like, let's see, maybe one of the rooms. What rooms have we got here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a tiny room right there. Let's try that one, see what that sounds like. Press and hold to keep it there. Now, we haven't stored this preset yet. If we wanted to store it, you could press and hold this, and that would store it. But we're still building it, so we might change it as we go along. So let's see what it sounds like when I turn on the harmonies. Sometimes the words are far away. Sometimes they roll off my tongue. You heard how that bass voice was really following the bass note. Let's pick another alternative for that one. Let's do this one. Actually, let's put 2 harmonies below us. We'll have a low and a lower. Sometimes the words are far away. Sometimes they roll off my tongue. There. That's the sound that I want. And if I wanted to, I could change effects like this. Maybe pick another echo with a little bit of reverb added to it as well. You hear how it goes nice and wide when you go to that setting. Sometimes the words are far away. Sometimes they roll off my tongue. You hear how that's very, very wet. Let me turn that off while we're talking. These buttons here are global, so that you can't really store the individual presets level of harmonies or effects. But you've got an overall setting right here. And the way we've built the effects at the factory is to make sure that they all sound reasonably the same, so that when you do turn this overall down, that they all come down like that. And basically, now we like the sound of our preset, and we're going to press and hold store here. Now that's going to store preset number 5 in the A position. If you wanted to, you could store a completely different one in the B position, or you could just not worry about the B position, and when you've gotten into the preset mode here, you'll just advance through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're back at our setting that we just made. So that's essentially editing, and next we'll discuss the manual mode. Okay, let's learn a little bit about editing by building our own preset. Okay, so I'm still in bypass here. Let's turn it on. Okay, I'll turn the effects off just for now while we're building the preset. So let's see. The first thing I'd like is I want to have doubling and 2 voices of harmony. So I'll turn the doubling on, And that only comes on and off with this button here, with the on and off button. So you